my God. Oh my gosh!
That was crazy.
So good! Oh man, I loved them from the beginning, and then they did Phantom at the end, and I am so filled with joy. Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, that was way cool. Not only did they easily one of the tightest musical acts.
Oh, this entire Nerdapalooza. It's so far. Like that was like they knew exactly what they were doing. There was no pauses. They were. It was so well done.
Yeah, all that, and like covered some video game music ground that no one touches, like Lufia. That's awesome.
I can't believe it. That was so great. And then the Final Fantasy VI medley just kick us off was just so perfect and so well done. And then Echo the Dolphin. And I just can't. I mean, I come from a theater background, and then
Can you tell?
And Phantom of the Opera. A lot of people give crap to Andrew Lloyd Webber and whatever. Those people are dumb and they're pretentious. And
this is what they'd probably say about you.
No. A lot of people are like Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I know what they're like.
Okay.
I'm saying the pretentious argument goes both ways.
Sure, it does. But anyway, regardless, I am not one of those people. I like Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Phantom of the Opera was one of the first musicals that I've ever been introduced to, and that was so great. Now, she didn't hit the last note. And I said to Cap when she started, I was like, okay, there's an impossible note at the end of this. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it because only like 4 people in the world can hit that note. And she didn't, and that's okay. Because it was amazing, the entire set. I loved them. We are going to interview them. I don't care. It's going to happen.
We're going to try to get them on here.
Yes, no, it was amazing. The Returners. Check them out. The-hyphen Returners.
So if you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Cap from Nerdy Show.
Hi, I'm Colin from Nerdy Show.
That was the Returners. Up next is Under Polaris, and we're actually going to be talking with those guys. So we if you have any questions for any of the artists we interview, tweet at us or talk to us in the chat. We're Nerdy Show, at Nerdy Show on Twitter. And if you would like to follow our podcasts, which are completely awesome and probably talk about stuff that you like, and have interviews with people who are very cool and like Travis Beacham, the screenwriter of Pacific Rim, or Jerry Casale of Devo, if that interests you. Also tabletop role-playing and stuff. Anyway, into that elevator pitch. But yeah. Okay. Under Polaris, they're locals from Orlando. They're some fun music. We just had this weird kind of powerful experience.
Yeah.
This is gonna brighten things up.
I hope that it continues through. I have to say, based on my experience with last year and then this experience this year, Careless Juja was one of my favorite things that happened yesterday, and now The Returners is one of my favorite things that happened today. Well, it's the only thing that's happened today besides Death Star, but I don't expect... I mean, that was just amazing.
But they're early.
The early acts are killing it. Like last year, they had Those Who Fight, which was... I had no idea who they were, but they were kind of like similar to the Proto Men in that they take the Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy story, and then they have adapted it and turned it into their own thing. That's what Those Who Fight are, and they have a lot of the members, some of the members from Descendants of Erdrick in that as well, in Those Who Fight. And that was an amazing experience last year. So the early shows, I would want to come to those now for the rest of Nerdapaloozas to come, because there's amazing groups that happen at 11:40 a.m.
So what you're saying is never sleep.
Never sleep. Or really, really, plan your sleep schedule so that you can come to the early shows. We got to talk to Hex, because these bands need to have a much larger audience, because that was amazing. That was amazing.
But if you're here, you know.
You know. You're in the know. And now you know.
Yeah, so when you decide to come to Nerdapalooza next year, now you know.
Come to the 1140s. Come to the 1140s.
Unless Colin and I successfully change the way things are done, and then we've screwed you over.
Well, come to 1140s anyway, because then we wouldn't know of the other ones that might potentially be happening at that point. There might be new awesomes.
See, all the bands do everything ever.
That's right.
Otherwise, you'll screw up. Yeah, 24/7 until Spider-Man is dead. Okay.
So, Under Polaris is happening next, and they're in stage 2. And then and we're interviewing them. Who else are we interviewing this week? Let me grab the schedule.
We're doing Beefy, and let's see. We talked to Urizen yesterday, but they're performing today. The Geckos and then Deathlehem. I'm really excited to meet Deathlehem. We met them online virtually a while back. They did a track in our tabletop role-playing show, Dungeons and Doritos, and they're what I'd qualify as probably they're the only ones in this category, LARP metal. They are medieval fantasy role-playing costumed metal dudes.
Yeah, if you watch their music videos, they're all you can definitely derive as to what they're going for. It's a really it's a fun experience to watch their video.
They're talented, they're funny, and I mean, like, it's everything you'd want from a metal band, really. You know, like a sense of brutality and awesomeness, and also a sense of humor, and also like costumes and theatrics. Yeah. Deathlehem. So
check them out. I mean, we're gonna see them a little bit later today, and then we're gonna talk to them.
Yep.
So it's gonna be
great. Today just got off to a really great start.
Like, I was tired because it's the last day of Nerdapalooza, and the other previous days were days of doing this. It's not that it's difficult to talk in front of a camera, but it's hard to just be on your feet all the time. We don't have a lot of resting time, as it were, So I was a little tired today, to be honest.
And now you're not anymore.
And now I feel energized. I feel great.
It's the last day, so you can just burn out.
I'm gonna burn. Well, I can't burn out.
Neither of us can burn out because tomorrow we're doing some crazy stuff that fans of Dungeons and Doritos will be very interested in. But you'll find out about that later.
Or why don't they find out about it now?
Well, okay. I mean, I guess we kind of told them we were doing it.
I know, but we'll talk about it later, I'm sure. But why not? We're waiting for Under Polaris to start.
And when Under Pollutus,
Pollutus.
Oh. Okay, whatever.
It's a new band.
Yeah.
Andy and the Webbers.
We came up with a band. They probably might want to also try out an Andrew Lloyd Webber cover group called Andy and the Webbers. Yeah, they'll be starting soon, and when they do start, we'll cut over post haste. But
so tomorrow, we're recording a microsode. How do you get a microsode, Cap?
Well, Nerdy Show is listener supported, as is this stream, because this stream, though it is presented by Nerdapalooza, it is not paid for by Nerdapalooza. They've got a big festival to run, and that's very expensive. We're renting out a gigantic convention center space, so this is presented by Nerdy Show. And if you would go to nerdyshow.com and check out the right-hand side of the page, in addition to the podcast on the left-hand side,
there's a little heart that you can click that says support.
Yeah, and that's and we're listener supported and we're viewer supported today. So if you appreciate this stream, then and you want to throw a little coin our way, that would be amazing. And if you do, you get a bunch of perks, including if you pass a $100 threshold mark, that means you get to choose what we talk about for 15 minutes. And I think they're about to start. So we'll talk about D&D.
We'll talk about D&D in the microsode later.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of our live stream from Nerdapalooza 2013 for more awesome performances and artist interviews. And if you like what you saw, click like and subscribe to Nerdy Show's channel. Also, be sure to check out all of our podcast programming over at nerdyshow.com. From comics and video games to science and technology, if it's geeky, we've got you covered.